I was stuck. Not because I have no options, but because I had too many of them. That's exactly why starting this channel almost didn't happen. I thought it would be easy. I started over before, but when I have no other choice. This time was completely different. No pressure, no deadlines, no real consequences, just me deciding that I want this. And that is why it's so damn hard. There's nothing forcing, because when there is nothing forcing you to act, it's way too easy to hesitate, to spend months overthinking instead of just starting. I almost convinced myself that maybe I didn't want it, but deep down, I knew I did. And the moment when I actually stopped thinking and start doing, everything changed. Maybe you're in the same place right now, stuck between wanting something and actually doing it. That is why I'm making this video, not to teach, but to share my experience, to show you how exactly I got past this point and actually did it. This video will share the hiding steps that I found between an idea and making it real, what I did to get through them and bring my idea to life, and the secret final step that make everything works. So let's get started. All right, let's be real. Starting something new wasn't just hard for me. It was an emotional roller coaster. I know it now because I went through all the damn stage of it. So looking back, I can see the steps clearly and I can actually map them out and see, because they almost stopped me before, but now as I can clearly see them, I can use it as a guide for new beginnings. So if you're stuck like I was, let me show you what steps my brain took to start something new, and maybe you will recognize yourself and maybe you will know what to happen next. So let's start it. And the first step is I can't live like this anymore. So my new beginning didn't start with the inspiration, it started with frustration, with the deep feeling that something in my life is missing. To be honest, my life was good. I have a good job, I'm making money, I have a lot of friends, my loved ones, but I feel stuck. Because the truth was that I wasn't doing what I wanted in my life. Since I was a kid, I dreamed to be in front of a camera. I used to imagine myself in movies and interviews, doing something meaningful, but here I am, just watching like others live the dream of my life. Live the life of my dream! And I hated this feeling. The feeling when you wasn't using your full potential. I was so exhausted going in circles, repeating the same safe choices. And that's how I hit the break point. My I can't live like this anymore step that changed everything, because it was not about I want something new. It was more about I'm not able to stand what I was anymore. I need to move. I need it. I'm not wanted it. I need it. And that was the moment when I get an idea. And here the second step started. Euphoria, aka best 10 seconds in my life. What if I just start my YouTube channel? This one thought switched the flip the switch. Suddenly I could see it so clearly, like my channel blowing up, people connecting with my stories. I do what I love every single day. It was an amazing idea. For a few tiny seconds, I feel so unstoppable. No fear, no doubt, just pure excitement. And then this happened. The step number 3, I call it the voices in my head that stopped me 100 times. The excitement disappears and on its place, a full attack from my own brain. Who do you think you are? There are already a million of people doing this. Do you know about it? Have you heard your accent? Nobody will understand you. That's what I'm talking about. What if you fail? From feeling incredible, I went to completely frozen. Instead of taking action, I start making like endless research. I convinced myself that I need more time, more preparation, more confidence, better English skills, and instead of filming, I'm just planning instead of creating. I'm just consuming. I let these voices stop me. I let them convince myself that I'm not good enough, that I'm not worth it, that I need more time, that I'm just not ready. And let me tell you, this is where I stopped for 100 times. Right here. Not because I don't have talent or good ideas, but because my own brain convinced me that I'm not good enough, that I have to wait, that I have to stay safe, stay small. I was stuck in that point for a long 3 months. Every time I come up with a good idea, my brain hit me with 5 negative thoughts in return. The idea is stupid. You're gonna look ridiculous. Nobody will watch it. And for those 3 months, I was just stuck in a loop. I couldn't let it go and I couldn't start, and one day, I just stopped. I was so tired of all of these thoughts in my mind, so I just tell me, okay, if I'm dumb, if I'm designed for fail, okay, I forbid myself to become an influencer. It's gonna be better for everybody. And that one decision changed my life. Suddenly, I was moving. It seems like in a wrong direction, but at least not stuck like I was 3 months before. I started searching ways to use my creative potential without YouTube. I sent over 50 emails to different companies just pitching myself for creative roles. And surprisingly, I started getting responses. I went through interviews, but after each of them, I felt it deeper and deeper, like I don't want to be a part of someone else's dream. I want to create my own. And that realization took me to the step number 4. I had enough. And I remember exact moment when it hit me. I've just finished another interview where everybody expected for me to fit into mold, what I hate. I closed my laptop, I lay down on a bed and just think like, I don't want this. I want my own thing. I want to be a creator. And right after this thought, my brain tried to attack me again with the same negative thoughts like blah, 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 you cannot do it. But this time, I was ready. After weeks of searching for something else, I've had more than enough arguments to shut these voices up. So I did. I just felt like, I've had enough, thank you. I don't need you anymore. I sat up at my desk, opened my laptop, and wrote down my first video script. This one. After I gave up on an idea, I felt so awful, so empty, so that feeling became a proof for me that I can't just walk away. Instead of getting stuck again, this emptiness gave me the confidence to say, sorry, the voices in my head. Like, I would rather do it bad. I would rather look silly than not do it at all. I always knew that I wanted so much, but before, I never felt how it's gonna be if I give up this dream. When you on your should or shouldn't phase, your brain tries to recreate every single possible outcome of this situation, but it's based on fear and overthinking most of the time. For me, the most powerful thing was not to realize, it was to testing how to let it go in real life, not in my head. I literally forbid myself to chasing this dream, and ironically, the action that was supposed to push me away from my dream led me straight to it. That's when I realized the action is everything. Any action. The key, just start moving in any direction. Next, I will share with you a few techniques that my mom, a psychologist, taught me and them helped me a lot. So I just started creating my first YouTube video and I noticed something. I suddenly have so much energy. Turns out that thinking about starting something, it's drained more energy than actually doing it. On all of this energy, I wrote 2 scripts right away, started filming, and only now, when this video is finally published, I'm ready to move on for the third, the magical step. But before, let me share with you this unique technique that my mom, a psychologist taught me. These techniques helped me a lot to overcome my fear, because the fear is the biggest stop on the way to start a new beginning. So let's start. When I was stuck between doing or not with all of these voices in my head, my mom asked me, like, the voices always have faces. Who they are. This was a game changer. At first, I didn't understand, but I decided to look deeper into my thoughts, and she was right. I wasn't afraid about the abstract critics. I was afraid about my ex-boss, ex-friends, even some of my family members meaning about me. I was dependent on opinion of specific people, and this insight helped me a lot to understand myself and finally let them go. The second technique that helped me, as you can guess, is if you can't decide, just say no. I truly not allow myself even think about starting YouTube until I felt that not doing it, it's not an option anymore. I will continue using this life hack on my daily life because alongside with our true desires, there are a lot of things that just imposed on us by society. I believe that this technique can help separate our desires from not our desires. And the third technique that helped me was to remind myself every single day that meant to me will always find me, even if I refuse it. And also, when I was stuck in this yes or no phase, I remind myself that the feminine energy is more about the softness, faith in the best, inner peace. I would go to shower, have my beauty routine, and just disconnect from these negative thoughts. To be honest, this technique helped me the most because taking care of myself remind me that my happiness have the first place in my life. And that brings us to the final magical point. I realized that whether you start YouTube or not, take something new or hesitate, the most important thing is just to be happy. And that's what's really matter, because life is unpredictable. Everything can change in a minute. Like, I know it, I survived a war at 19. I realized that life isn't a simulation, but it's definitely a game. And we should play while we still have time. The most important thing is just live and feel truly happy, because without that, nothing else really matters. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever struggled this overthinking before making a big decision, and how did you deal with it? Let's chat. And if you like it, don't forget to subscribe. There is so much more that I can wait to share with you. Bye!